Well, hello. Today we're going to be talking about my 2025 goals, but it's like an update because we are now 3 months into 2025, which is crazy to say. It does not feel like we should be this far into the year already because it feels like I just filmed my goals video, but we are 3 months into the year and also so much has happened. It feels like no time has passed and yet all the time has passed. Am I crazy? Probably. Anyway, I have some updates on my goals because I posted a video at the beginning of the year of like my 2025 goals, things that I want to focus on this year. And so I have some updates. So I want to like hold myself accountable. I like to do the updates quarterly because they hold me accountable. They kind of keep me focused on my goals. And I like to get to celebrate my wins with you guys so that, makes me feel like, hey, I get to celebrate the thing that I did. It motivates me to keep going, So anyway, beginning with an update for my health plans and goals. I have lost about 10 pounds, 12 pounds since, I want to say since January. I've been keeping track of my weight since January. I was not actively trying to lose weight in January. Mostly because it was still football season and like I was still like trying to like taper off the carbs from the holiday season, and I don't like to like shock my system. So I was just kind of like trying to eat better. Now I'm trying to lose weight, but I think it's been the beginning of February that I've been like actively trying to lose weight, get in better shape, eat better. It's been very slow losing the weight. My weight fluctuates a ton every month. It feels like every month I gain like 6 pounds when I'm getting ready to start my cycle, and then like the next week it's all gone, but it's like my weight just goes like this every week, every month, and it's crazy, but the overall trend has been down, which is great. I've also, since I've been losing weight and eating better, I have been sleeping so much better, and like I feel better. I don't feel lethargic. I don't feel tired. Well, I do feel tired at the end of the day, especially at the end of a long day. But like when I wake up in the morning and midday, I don't feel tired or without energy. I feel good and I'm sleeping great. Unless my cat wakes me up by like punching me in the face because she's hungry. That's a totally different story. I have been trying to eat better overall. I'm still leaving room on like weekends for pasta or rice or leftover pizza. I'm not drinking any alcohol right now. I have cut way back on coffee. So I tried to give up coffee for Lent. And I have, for the most part, here and there I'll have like a cup of decaf or like a decaf shot that I'll pull out of my coffee maker. I have been drinking like more tea, especially like London fogs or chai lattes if I go to Starbucks. So I've been having those instead. I've been donating plasma twice a week. And I know that if I have a bunch of caffeine, it really messes with my pulse and my blood pressure. So I've been trying to like cut out as much caffeine as possible. And I love coffee. It's so sad. So like I hate that it's so good for me to not drink coffee. And I hate that I feel so good without drinking coffee because I love drinking coffee. It's one of my favorite things. So that's been frustrating, but it's been good for me. And not drinking coffee has, I think, helped me lose weight because I'm not putting cream in my coffee. There's no honey or sugar or sweetener at all. And it's good for me, I'm sad because I miss the coffee. Also related to my health goals, I did successfully complete the Couch to 5K program. I started running with the Couch to 5K program in actually December because I ran the Monday before New Year's Day, and I think New Year's Day was a Wednesday. And I knew I wanted to start before New Year's Day because I wanted to start on a Monday. And I ran Monday, Wednesday, Friday through the program. There were a couple of days where I had to quit running halfway through because I had like a bathroom emergency. It's a totally different story. There were a couple of days where I couldn't run because it was raining, so I had to run like the next day. So it was not religiously Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I did run 3 times a week, if not more, during that program, and I did successfully complete it. Actually, I completed the program the day we got on our cruise at the end of February. That day was such a big day. So I woke up, I did my run. I came home. I think I showered and then I took my exam. And then Mom and Anthony and I left the house. We drove to Port Canaveral, which is like 45 minutes to an hour, and we got on the ship. I mean, I was exhausted. It was a big day. It was a great day. And I aced my exam. But I couldn't take the test until that day because it was closed. It was locked. And I couldn't take it when I got back because the exam was only open from like 8 a.m. Friday until I think like 8 p.m. Sunday. So I had the time I was on the cruise to take the exam. So I had to take it the day we got on the ship. But back to the run program, I have never been a runner. Never. Even in high school, I never ran the kind of distance that I was getting out of this program at all. And I really enjoyed seeing what my body can do, like seeing what I'm capable of. It was really empowering to see how far I could come in just a few short weeks. It was a 9-week program. I am going to film a separate video talking exclusively about the Couch to 5K. So if you are curious about the program, the app I used, my experience using it, if you've got any questions, leave them in a comment. I'm going to film that video after this video goes live. So any questions you have that you put in a comment for this video, I will answer in that one. And you'll see that video really soon after this video goes live. But I would like to answer your questions if you've got any. So leave any questions you've got in a comment. Moving on to wealth goals. As far as my wealth goals go, I did receive a raise with my promotion, which was not planned, but it's essentially like net zero because I'm back in school. So the raise is awesome because it's helping me pay for school, but it's like net zero. I'm not making any more money that I get to keep and play with. It's going straight to school, essentially. I am still able to keep up with my HSA and my retirement plan, which is something that I didn't think I was going to be able to do because of school. But they're not suffering because I got my raise with my promotion. I have not yet transferred my HSA from my previous employer to my current employer or like the HSA through my current employer. I need to do that. Thomas and Anthony both have a lot of work experience with HSAs, so I'm going to rope one or both of them into helping me move that over. It needs to be done. I know it needs to be done, but I don't want to, you know? I know it needs to be done. I just don't want to do it. So if I can get Thomas or Anthony to help me with it, I'd like to have that done before my next goals update. So that's my goal this time, is to have the HSA transferred, at least initiated, before the next goals update video. I have also been donating plasma twice a week, which is giving me about $100 extra a week that I, didn't have before. And so it's nice extra spending money. I'm trying not to spend money. For Lent, I kind of gave up spending money on things that are like not necessities. So far, I've been really successful with that. I did buy some jeans, but all of them are going back for different reasons. But most of it, like most of the money that I'm like getting from plasma, I'm just putting right into savings, which is really cool. Let's talk learning goals, because I feel like I talk about school all the time. I am a full-time student, so it does consume a great deal of my time, my energy, my mental capacity. Since my initial goals video, I have completed my first half semester, and I'm currently halfway through the second half semester. So the way it's working with the University of Cincinnati is I'm doing 7-week half semesters, and each class is 7 weeks. So each semester is 15 weeks with 2 half semesters, meaning a full-time student takes 2 classes in the first 7 weeks and then 2 classes in the last 7 or 8 weeks, and there's a 1-week break somewhere in there. So like the first 7 weeks I took, it was just like all the way through. And then when the second half semester started, we had a spring break for a week, like 2 weeks in. So it's going to be 8 total weeks, but only 7 weeks of learning. So I'm currently in week 4, but we're 5 weeks into the program. But I'm week 4 of my second set of classes. So right now, I'm taking 3 classes concurrently. And that's the only time I think I'm going to have to do that, because I'm trying to get through all the prerequisites right now. The first 7 weeks, I only took 2 classes. this 7 weeks, I'm taking 3 classes, which is going to complete all of the prereqs for the program I'm trying to complete. So I'm actually going to start the real program at the end of this, or I guess with the next semester. School has been going really well. I've been getting A's on my assignments and in my classes and on my tests. I'm just really happy, really proud of myself for that, but it is a really heavy workload right now. I want to talk about my making goals. I know I took an unplanned break from uploading to YouTube at the beginning of March, and I don't want to harp on that. I'm giving myself an okay, like a pass, because I think I needed the time. I know work has been really heavy. I know school's been a lot. The unplanned break was unfortunate, you know, but it did give me the time that I needed to like mentally fortify myself. As far as making series like on this channel, there were 2 that I think I mentioned in the initial goals video, and the first one that I wanted to make was going to be like a year-long series, and it was going to follow this book that I don't even have anymore. Okay? The book is called 1 Year to an Organized Life, and I loved the idea. Loved the concept of focusing on one space each month through the year to organize your home. What I hated about this book was the way it was written, because it was written in like magazine format with like really small columns. So like each page had 2 columns of writing on it. And it just didn't make sense. Like, why wouldn't you write it like a normal book? And I also didn't care for the like vagueness of it. I read the first 2 or 3 chapters and I kept thinking something in here is going to be helpful. And I couldn't find anything helpful in it. So I loved the concept, and I think what I might do is like take the rest of this year and plan out my own series for maybe next year. And maybe I'll do that next year. But I just didn't see any value in that book, and I couldn't make myself follow it because there wasn't anything for me to do. It didn't give me any structure or any helpful guidelines. I don't know, it just wasn't helpful. So I did abandon that series, but I'm still thinking I like the idea. I just didn't like the execution of that book. So maybe I'll come up with my own series next year. The other series that I wanted to make this year that I'm still like in the process of, I wanted to make a series of videos in a playlist talking about visiting Alaska, specifically like on a cruise, like places that you would go on a cruise. I've been to Juneau, Ketchikan, Skagway. Where else have I been? I kind of stopped in Haines, kind of, but I've been to Juneau, Ketchikan, Skagway, Whittier. I've been to Seward. I've been to Glacier Bay, you know? So like, I wanted to make videos talking about these places because I miss Alaska. I haven't been in years. It's been 2 years and I'm sad. I want to go back. I miss the place. I miss the people. I miss the scenery. I miss the moose. You know, sometimes I still catch myself, like it's been years since I have been to Alaska and I still catch myself driving down the road, looking in the woods, thinking, are we going to see any wildlife? And that's not something you see in Florida. But in Alaska you do, and I miss it. So I would really like to like go back to Alaska. And making this video series, I've had so much fun with it. I've missed like a couple of uploads here and there, but I figured out like what I'm gonna do instead of those videos, because like I had videos planned and I've kind of like reorganized my thoughts along the way. I think I'm making them better as I go along. But I just filmed 2 today actually that I'm so excited about. One of them is on scenic cruising and I'm like, ooh, this one makes me want to go back to Glacier Bay. So I was watching Adam and Sherry and Justin and Lacey. They went on a Alaska cruise together and they went to Glacier Bay, and their Glacier Bay day was stunning. It was sunny and beautiful and they just looked like they had a marvelous time. And I've been watching their videos because I'm just like, I want to do that. I want to go back. So making these videos about the different cruise ports, I've learned so much about Wrangell. It's pronounced Wrangell, not Wrangell. I've learned about Sitka and like the Russian influence there. I've learned about more about Skagway and the gold rush, and I've learned more about Juneau and more about Ketchikan, and gosh, I want to go back. But I've had so much fun researching these places, you know? So I've had a great time. And I think some of you guys really like them, and that's really cool. So I'm really proud of that. Finally, my reading goals. I have done really well not buying books. This year I have bought one book. And that's because I went to a book signing and I had to buy a book to get a book signed, and it actually completed the Wheel of Time series that I've been trying to read. So up there, you can't see them, they're over there. I'm working through the Wheel of Time series. Loving it so far. It's a 15-book series, and I finally bought the well, not the last book, because we actually owned the 15th book. I think the one we were missing was like book 12 or something weird. But I finally bought the last book to complete the set that I needed, because I really wanted to collect the hardcovers, and I did it, and I'm just so happy, and I'm glad that I'm enjoying the series too, because otherwise that would have been a really foolish endeavor to complete the series without having read it, but whatever. But I have only bought the one book this year, which is great, and I'm trying really hard to focus on reading books in the library at the house that I've not read before. So with reading The Wheel of Time, it's slow because they're long books, but I don't really care because I'm not in a race, and I'm not like trying to meet some arbitrary number of books that I have to read every year. Like, I used to gamify that. I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to read a certain number of books every year, and it feels like there's a lot of pressure of that online to read so many books a year. I don't care. I want to read what I like, you know? And I am enjoying this series. I really am. I think that's all of my updates for my goals. So far, it has been an absolutely jam-packed year. We're only 3 months in, but it does feel like it's been a great one so far. I think I'm gonna turn 30 in November, and I think what I'm trying to do is cram as much as I possibly can into what's left of my 20s. It's busy, but I'm having so much fun. I'm reading a new book series. I'm making a series on YouTube that I'm enjoying. I'm making a bunch of videos on YouTube that I'm enjoying, just in general. I feel happy, you know? My life feels full and complete, and it just feels like I've got a lot going on, but they're all happy, good things, you know? So anyway, let me know how your 2025 is going so far, and let me know what you've accomplished recently that you're proud of, because I think we should celebrate all of our wins, not just mine. What are your wins? Share them with me. Big, small, anything you're proud of, let me know, because I want to celebrate all of our Q1 wins together. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. You guys will see me in another video really soon. Bye!